Howdy, it's Sig. I'm coming with you. Not with a book review, not a monthly book review, though I did just finish editing February's book review. I'm actually sitting down for maybe a kind of knit and chat. I do have my knitting here. We'll see if I do any knitting, mainly because that means I will have to put down the microphone, which currently I do not want to do, but I'm hoping to potentially do some variations on knit and chat where I kind of just knit and chat instead of a knit and chat video essay. I have an orange soda here. I'm gonna crack that open, get some ASMR. Can I do it one-handed? Yeah, did it one-handed. I shouldn't be proud of that. Cheers, brothers. So, today's little topic that we're gonna get into is a video I originally was gonna put out in October of 2022. Didn't work out, obviously, and this one was also supposed to be a knit and chat video essay, one of those, but I have been enjoying doing the just sit down and chat kind of thing, so I'm dipping more toes into this. I'm dipping another toe into doing maybe one of my knit and chats in just a little different format. I'm wearing my official Charlie the Unicorn shirt that I bought off of Jason Steele's Etsy. So the topic of today's little discussion is just gonna be my general thoughts on the early, well, I guess it's not technically early 2000s, but it's like the 2000s era ghost hunting shows, specifically A&E's Paranormal State. I don't know if anybody remembers that show. I genuinely kind of forgot that it existed until I was like thinking of like Halloweenish videos I could do last October, and I was like, oh my god, because I was it came about because I recently discovered that Mystery Hunters, a show that I really liked when I was a kid, is now technically lost media, which I might make a video on that. I don't know. If I do, it'll probably be one of these sit down and talk kind of videos, because there's not that much there besides me complaining about how stupid it is that it's lost media. So I was thinking I could do a video on that, and then I was like, oh my god, what other shows do I remember from like back then? And one of them, I was like, oh my god, yeah, Paranormal State's a show that exists that you can watch. And I actually ended up rewatching the seasons available, and it was really kind of wild to rewatch the show, because like by the end of season 1, I kind of realized I was like getting nostalgic for episodes that I remembered, because I was like, oh my god, yeah, I remember this episode. And like back in the day, I used to watch I was a Ghost Hunters girl growing up. I thought they were the pinnacle of ghost hunting reality TV show, not realizing at the time that ghost hunting shows all fake stuff. I truly was like, I saw that one episode of Ghost Hunters where they like they went into the building, they debunked everything and was like, yeah, this place isn't haunted, and like middle school me was like, say no more. Every time they catch a ghost, it's for real, and every time they don't catch a ghost, it's for real. I would later come to realize that this is not the case, and that, you know, I didn't necessarily need to clown on Ghost Adventures as much as I did, though I do love Ghost Adventures, and that one I still rewatch. I should rewatch Ghost Hunters, like the first 3 seasons, like the first early seasons. Maybe that's a video I'll do. I also think someday I'm going to do a video on the paranormal experiences I've had. Not that I've had a lot of them, but the ones that I've experienced make me a believer. So, Paranormal State. I have a little outline here, so I'm just going to read off some stuff. So, Paranormal State first aired on the A&E network on December 10th, 2007. So we're going back to the aughts, baby. It lasted until May 2011, and then it wrapped up. And on October 21st, 2010, they had a Paranormal State special called Paranormal State: The New Class. Didn't do much research into that, didn't watch that. I think it's just, technically I think it's the current thing, because like the whole premise of Paranormal State that it was originally a real club at Penn State University, and A&E picked them up to like follow them around. How much I believe of that is true, I don't know. It kind of just follows their journey. This guy Ryan, he's the main guy. He claims that he was like haunted by a spirit for most of his life, and you know, he's trying to help people out. One of the articles I read during like my research phase, I'm not going to put any like links or articles in the description, minus a couple for topics I'm going to talk about a little later, solely because this is kind of more off the cuff, and I will preface that like this is just my own opinions. This is from like things I've read on the internet. Take everything I say with like a tiny bit of grain of salt. And I'm not like my goal for any of my videos is never to like quote unquote take down something unless I go into the video trying to take it down. Like my Good Omens video is not to take down a potential season 2 of Good Omens, it's just me expressing my views and stuff, versus a video like my Why the Last Man video, where I went into that going into it to take it down. This is one of the videos where we're just talking, we're just having a chat. So I preface that because one of the articles I read claimed that, you know, it like most paranormal shows at the time, there was a lot of faking of stuff, and there was a lot of, there were things and information kept from like the team by the producers until it was like dramatically appropriate to reveal this information. And there are some speculations that they were even pushing for Ryan, like a romance between Ryan and this one side girl. I say side girl. The only name I can remember from these people is Ryan. So apologies to that woman. The producers weren't like forcing the couple to get together. I don't even think they became a couple. But they weren't forcing these people together, but they were, you know, trying to encourage it because that would have made interesting TV. Also, during my brief research, I did find out that they had a video game, and that was interesting to see that Paranormal State got a video game made about it, and apparently they're solving a Civil War haunting. To me, that's just so funny. I'm not gonna lie. Just because it's like, I would never think to have like a paranormal TV show video game. Just play Outlast. Just wait a couple of years and play Outlast. Or Resident Evil. Resident Evil's been around. So while rewatching the show, I mean, honestly, it's just great popcorn TV for me personally. There's not really that heavy stakes. It's a little questionable how they kind of assume that it's all spirits and not like other stuff. Like some of the episodes I was like, oh, you guys are getting like too surfacely involved in these people's lives, and I don't think what's wrong with these people's lives is ghosts. But that's neither here nor there. One of the other aspects I wanted to talk about this show was actually the show's psychic, Chip Coffey. Coffee? I think it's Coffee. And I'm not looking up because this guy just gives me weird vibes, mainly because there's a couple of already out there YouTube videos. If I'm able to find them again, I will link them, but you know, just find somebody talking about the strange things about Chip Coffey, because he has like a show with children psychics that rubs me personally the wrong way. And also just how he is in the show. I always, even as a kid, kind of figured he was one of those fake psychics. He's still around today, still on a show called Kindred Spirits that is on, I think, maybe still A&E. I saw a commercial for it one time while I was surfing through channels, and to see him in another show, I was like, whoa, why is this guy still around here? Also, he has a website where you can buy, like, the little scarves he wears. And I was like, wow, interesting stuff. So besides Chip Coffee, the only other thing that I wanted to discuss was someone else who frequented the show of Paranormal State, that being Lorraine Warren. Yes, those Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren. I think at this point Ed was dead though, so it was just Lorraine. But at least one of the Warrens was on this show quite frequently, and this is launching into like this kind of subtopic. Like, this technically could be a whole nother video, but I don't really care enough to make it its own video. I want to talk about the Warrens. Let's talk about the Warrens for a minute. I think it's very strange, the production of, you know, what is it, James Wan's Conjuring series, the Conjuring verse, if you will. Specifically because when I was younger and into all of these spooky things, it was kind of well known, at least to me in the circles I was like reading online, that the Warrens kind of were hacks. Just based solely on the fact that a lot of the cases they investigated would later on, like, it would turn out to be like hoaxes and faked. Like the case that is covered in the second Conjuring movie, like that girl in England, that was faked. Like, there were articles that came out that were like, yeah, we faked this. Which you're always gonna get some people being like, oh no, that's not true. But, you know, come on. It's kind of like, it's along the same lines of like the Bigfoot footage being like claimed later on to be faked. So you're always gonna get some people who aren't gonna want to believe it. So a lot of Ed and Lorraine's like whole deal turned out to be faked. Personally, I'm still very skeptical that they were able to like see demons and stuff. And I don't know, it's very interesting to see the development of the Conjuring series and of this very sanitized version of the Warrens. So because, and again, there's been videos about this, I'm sure this has been talked about a lot, but it still boggles my mind. Like, I don't think we talk about it enough, frankly, that I can't remember the girl is, and this is one of the things I will link below, is the article where I got this from. But this woman came forward and claims that she, as a teenager, was taken into the Warrens' house and she lived with Ed and Lorraine Warren and was in a relationship with Ed. She also claims, at least in the article, that she also would hear Ed and Lorraine fight to the point where she was like, I think these people are gonna kill each other. So that's in question. Both Ed and Lorraine Warren are dead. So I'm not trying to like, there's nobody to cancel. I have 17 subscribers. I'm not about to be making any one way or the other, but I do think it is a little odd that the Conjuring series presents Ed and Lorraine Warren like these wholesome Christian family just trying to fight the devil. I will say, Conjuring movies are fine. Be into them all you like. The only one I've truly ever been like, hey, I really think that this is messed up in the same level that, like, I think it's really messed up that there's like 10 different films on Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy and all of this true crime BS. The last movie that's been released, The Devil Made Me Do It. That movie shouldn't have been made. I'll be real. I don't think that movie should have been made, specifically because, like, that was a real case. People really died. It's just weird to me that a man who did kill someone is being presented in a fictional film like, yes, the devil did actually make him do it. And it also rubs me the wrong way, this emphasis they place on the Warrens in the Conjuring series, because, like, half the reason I enjoyed the first one so much truly was probably because it had nothing to do with the Warrens. They just showed up in the second half. I think that is all I have to say. So, am I trying to cancel the Warrens? Yeah. Just kidding, but I honestly do think it's important to talk about these things when it comes to fictionalizing real world people who potentially had some harm, and also to just keep in mind that a lot of the cases the Warrens, you know, worked on and the things we're fictionalizing, just because based on a true story can literally mean anything. They can have one fact in there and Hollywood will be like, yeah, true story. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, but you're supposed to suspend your disbelief, it's just a movie. Things affect the real world. Biggest brain moments. Real media affects people, the real world. Anyways. And Paranormal State. Honestly, check it out if you want something kind of fun to watch, but also a little spooky. Like maybe if it's a rainy day or when October rolls around, check out some episodes of Paranormal State. It's a pretty fun show at the end of the day. But that's it for this video. We'll see how I enjoy doing this one where it's not a book review and I'm reviewing a media, like a different media. The book reviews are staying, so look forward to at least one video a month of me reviewing a book I read. If I enjoy editing this and I enjoy the end product, I will probably do more of this. Also probably will try to do a different setup where I don't have to hold the mic and I can actually knit while we chat and as I shake the camera. Yeah, so maybe you'll see me again in this format. Maybe this is the only type of video of this type that I will ever do. Who knows? We're playing around, we're having fun. If you have watched this video and have stayed to the end and are hearing this, then thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who takes time out of their busy schedules to sit down and have a little chat with me. Shout out to my subscribers, you guys are great. Shout out to anyone who watches these videos, you are also great. If you like the video, maybe consider putting a comment down below. What can you comment down below? If you've ever seen Paranormal State or watched it in the past, tell me your thoughts about the show in the comments. You can also tell me your comments if you have any on the Warrens, the Conjuring series, I guess Chip Coffey if you know Chip Coffey. Tell me if I'm saying his name right. Yeah, and you can tell me anything else you want in the comments. I always appreciate a comment. Maybe even consider subscribing. And yeah, that does it for me. I am going to see you guys at a later date. And how I like to always end my videos is, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope that you stay safe out there, and good luck.